Good morning, pirates. It's calendar week 32 out of 52. Preparing for the lab. Raison d'etre. Tickets available. Good morning, dear pirates from a very soggy pirate island somewhere in the middle of a forest in Germany. Winter last year was the second wettest that we've had in 60 years, the longest records I could find. And the numbers are not in for spring or summer yet. But if it turns out not to have been at least record-breakingly pluvious, you may call me the surprised Pirate Ben. The rain is actually starting to be a problem even for the potatoes. Digging them up early won't be too much of a problem. They've all put on a decent amount of weight. That would be all the rain. But even the main crops are showing signs of distress. For comparison, main crop potatoes come up at the very end of September, pushing into October. This is properly unprecedented. The wheat is also definitely starting to suffer. I'm going to have to bring it in before it's completely dry, and I hope it finishes off the process indoors. Pirate gardening tip of the week. Spend some time with your fruit trees. The spring pruning has been done, the early fruit drop has finished, and been cleared away and fed to pigs, and the fruit trees are mostly all just doing fine. This is a very good thing, as there is plenty in the rest of the garden to be getting on with, and all they really have to do is swell their apples and pears and provide them for us in a few weeks and months' time. But the warmth and the rain at this time of year is also the perfect excuse for the wasps to move in. So do try to spend at least some time every week just moving around your fruit trees, spending time in their space and getting a feel for how they're doing. Any fruits with wasp squatters, just knock them off. This week's Week Ahead section is called Preparing for the Collapse Laboratory. The barracks exists to be useful. The whole self-sufficiency off-grid thing is just there to defeat whataboutism. If you want to talk about collapse, rebuilding the environment, it helps a lot. As all long-term followers and supporters of our mission know, the centrepiece at the heart of all of this is the Collapse Laboratory, where we ask people to imagine a situation that is probably impossible for the human mind to imagine. So we build a structure around it to guide us there. For the next 2 weeks, on top of the standard barracksing around, we have quite a lot to do. This will include paint the walls, scrub the floors, install lighting in the cellar, make 2 big solar collectors for the hot showers, which are installed and working, just not hot yet. Pot up 15 trees, 1 per attendee. Weed all the edges, mow all the grass. Dig up a literal ton of clay and clad the pizza oven. Make the solar oven. Weed the fire pit. Harvest all the potatoes and all the wheat. Each day of the lab, we get a short introduction to the Greek word for love of the day, presented by a genuine scholar of ancient Greek, to inspire discussion, and an activity based on the GWFOLOTD, led by a master specialist in the field, playful yoga, wine tasting for the senses, forest DIY spa, tree planting for eternity, and a meal inspired by the theme created by a top vegan chef and cooked in a different way every day. Preparation for it all means we have our work cut out. We can still take 1 or 2 more guests, and I would be super happy to have someone here, or a pair, for free, if they want to help me with the washing up every day. There's a lot of washing up when you prepare 3 meals a day for 12 to 15 people. Get in touch if that sounds like you. 4 years ago, the piggies went up to the vineyard from where they kept escaping. The poor snouters are a little bit miserable with all this rain. The house is full of mud and they're far too inquisitive to let me dig it out. We still have plenty of straw though, so at least that makes them more comfortable. I worry too much about them. They're 200-kilo fur balls, completely at ease sleeping under the cloudy skies for a few nights. But you know how it is. I don't worry about you lot. I know you're taking care of each other, and that's the way it should be. Please continue to do that, and until next week, arrivederci, my friends. Your loving Pirate Ben. XO. XO.